Heyo, it's Omnidog here with an overview of Silver Age Green Lantern Omnibus Volume 1 from DC. And you can find this book and other books like it at Organic Price Books. $2 off with code Omnidog. And big savings, 5% off, shipping 4 more books together with code Omnidog Sit. Or this one still works, the really big mouthful, Omnidog Ship It Together. But Omnidog Sit works now. So yay, yay, indeed. So Silver Age Green Lantern, I am familiar with these stories. These are the comics that I grew up on. Reprints. I mean, this thing did start the year of my birth, 1959. So let's take a look at it. The MSRP is $125 on it. And actually, let's take a look at the spinal part, which is in keeping with what their Silver Age Omnis are doing now. And we can take a quick look at the binding on it. Binding looks solid. Gutter loss, let's see what it's like. Not bad at all, so that's good. No real gutter loss here. Here are the really good things that stand out to me right away, and that is creator credits, page numbers in the first of all, table of contents, page numbers, and they coincide, hey, with the actual pages here. So that's great. So good table of contents, very thorough. Now here is something interesting to me before we get started. They do have the disclaimer that, they give an effort as much as they can. They give effort to credit the creators. But I first noticed it in Detective Chimp, where the disclaimer was, the comics reprinted in this volume were produced in a time when racism played a larger role in society and popular culture, both consciously and unconsciously. They are presented here without alteration for historical reference. Okay, good. That's good. But it's nowhere to be found in this book that I could find. And it actually has racism in it, as his Green Lantern's assistant at Ferris Airways, or whatever it is called Pieface. He's an Inuit, formerly known as an Eskimo, and Pieface is a slur for Asian Americans, or Asians in general, and it refers to like a broad, flat face with a dull look, which is weird because Pieface is like he's already figured out that Green Lantern is really Hal Jordan, and he's actually super smart and super capable. But they don't have the reference about racism to lead this off, which this is the book that it should be in. So that's an oversight by them. And there it is. Pieface is a good character, but not the best name. I don't think by any stretch would anybody say. But let's go on to what I liked about Green Lantern. And we'll give you the bright colors, some idea of what appealed to me was the bright colors of the bright colors of the DC covers at the time, I think, is probably what attracted me to some of these. And of course, this is the first, one of the first science fiction Silver Age superheroes. Flash was more Earth-based. He showed up in 1954. I think Green Lantern, his first story was in Showcase, 1959. So that's one of the things that always attracted me to DC's comics was the bright covers. So this is Hal Jordan in the early days, and he's mostly, well, this is pretty typical of the way love interests were portrayed back then in the Silver Age. It was, kind of that, if you've seen the TV show Mad Men, sexist, misogynistic. Well, they're not really big misogyny, but they were kind of stilted in their love interests typically back then. Yeah, I didn't mean to say misogyny. There's generally none of that in these things, but the portrayal of love and Hal's pursuit of Carol Ferris and their love affair is kind of clunky. But the good thing is that these are pretty good science fiction stories. They are. He does pretty much defend Earth. Defends Earth from kind of outer space type creatures. So he's not really in these early issues. He's not really the space cop yet, where he's been given his ring by Abin Sur as he's dying in the spoiler alert. Abin Sur dies in the first issue. He generally protects Earth from outer space type threats. And it doesn't happen until a little bit later that he actually turns into the space cop. Like, here we go. Some of the later issues. And this is where we get into some of the interesting, this is the first Sinestro, not the first one, but early appearance. Oh, wait, it is the first one. Planet of the Doom Men, Green Lantern. Yeah, okay. And one of the things that I liked about these is that these early issues, or any issues, is you always see these Green Lanterns in all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors and species and things like that. And I always found those creature designs to be really interesting. And Sinestro, he's an early and often offender. See, here we go. Here are some of these really cool looking alien designs, and the necessary impurity of yellow in the ring, which doesn't exist anymore, I don't think. So I really dig these early science fiction stories of Hal, and there's Tomari. This is the Green Lantern I grew up with, so this would be my Green Lantern, and I totally get it that other people's are, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, like that. It's who you grew up with, really. Like your Justice League. My Justice League would be the Silver Justice League, and then Taylor Talks Comics, his Justice League is Justice League International. And there were a lot of good crossovers with Flash. They became buddies, and I believe this is the first one to feature the Flash. This doesn't have 45. I think that's or does this have 45? Where did I put that dust jacket? No, it doesn't have 45. I think 45 is where we get the introduction to Golden Age Green Lantern. That'll be in Volume 2. Peril of the Yellow World. Star Sapphire. That was always a cool storyline to me involving Carol. Whoops, spoiler alert. The Secret Life of Star Sapphire. But I liked that they brought Carol into it. And of course, Jeff Johns really took it to the next level in his writing of Green Lantern. Look, she is fainting from the excitement. Such a disgrace to our sex. Well, I think she's tougher than that, so take it easy, girls. Since you were defeated by a mere man, Carol Ferris, it is clear that you cannot really be the next successor. So they go looking for a different successor, but we'll see more of Star Sapphire. Here's a retelling of the Ibn Sur. They get more in depth into it. I love this cover. Sorry, I'm reading it. Oh, now this is a cool concept. I always like it when you break the fourth wall like that with the artist coming in on that. Gil Kane was famous for those kind of things. And Gil Kane's the main artist here with inks by different people. Joe Giela, Ian Murphy Anderson. Here's another great crossover with Green Lantern and the Flash. So this is pretty darn good Silver Age art. And the stories were good science fiction, I feel like. This is definitely a book that I think people can, if they're interested in the roots of some of the Silver Age DC heroes, this is one of the better books you can get that give you a good feel for how the modern day heroes have evolved. Threat of the Tattooed Man. A strange world named Green Lantern. And so this is one where the first story does not deal with, here it is. This is the backup story. And I always wondered if Alan Moore took some of his ideas for the planet Green Lantern from this. Yeah, I feel like he did. Okay, I'm gonna start reading this if I'm not careful here. Okay, sorry. Yep, there's Star Sapphire again. I thought we'd see her again. So this is why I like this era. Is very colorful villains and heroes mixed with science fiction. That made me, whereas Batman was more earthbound in the latter part of the Silver Age when he wasn't visiting weird planets and fighting the Grasshopper Gang and stuff. But these were reasonably decent science. Ooh, this looks like Murphy Anderson inks. Let's see. Pay Up or Blow Up. $8.85. Let's see. Pay Up or Blow Up. That's a good title. $8.85. Am I right or wrong? $8.85. I'm wrong. Sid Green. He inked both of those. He's such a good inker. So this is it. This is the first one, first Silver Age Omnibus. And if you're interested in Green Lantern's history, these are very good stories to start off with. And boy, these inks, I forgot how good Sid Green was. These, oh man, these are really good. Power Battery Peril. So yeah, these are a lot of fun, very interesting. A lot of interesting twists and turns, and some good art. And at the same time, the Justice League is being introduced a little bit earlier than this. And they reference it. Actually, I think the Justice League came afterwards. Yeah, Justice League came after this, I would guess, early 60s then. So there we go. Boy, really hit the sweet spot on art in these latter issues. Okay, so there we go. That is Green Lantern Silver Age Omnibus, Volume 1, with Volume 2 to follow, hopefully soon. I feel like this is a reprint, and I just hadn't paid attention because I had the earlier ones. But yeah, this is a really good book that I dig, and I think you'll dig it too if you have an interest at all. Please give me a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so you know when I'm going to be on. Peace and love, peace and love. Visit my Instagram and my Discord. Peace and love, peace and love. Be good to each other out there. Be nice. Try to be nice. Don't cut people off on the road. You know the drill. Just take it easy out there, people. Peace and love, peace and love. Okay, I'll stop lecturing now. Sorry.